Toastmasters, and honored guests, the audience. Thank you for joining us this evening. I wanted to talk about two things. I recently had a conversation, just actually a few days ago, with someone that I know. She mentioned that she would like to sell her home, but she says there's some things I need to share with you. And the biggest one is there's been a lot of strange things going on in the home. It's haunting. I said, okay, go on. And the lady says, are you sure you still want to hear this? I said, absolutely. Because if I'm going to sell the home, first I need to know she's for sure on the ball with actually hearing or seeing or feeling or sensing these occurrences, or if it's just something in her mind, maybe, right? Or if it's actual. So I let her explain to me some of the things that have been going on in the home. Some of the things that she's been experiencing is sounds. Now the interesting thing, she said her father passed away back in 2000 in the home, but until recently, maybe the last 2-3 years, there was no occurrences. But as soon as she started to remodel the home, that's when she started to hear things. She could hear things moving around in the back. She would see something, she'd turn, and there's just like a dark figure moving along. And her husband experienced it as well. So they started having decisions about, should we sell? Should we maybe get it cleansed by a priest or something? What should they do? Well, they said, let's continue with the remodeling and see what happens. Well, they've continued to have these experiences. Now, some of you might be saying, oh, I don't believe in ghosts. Oh, that's crazy. That's normal. But really, how do you tell this lady, how do you tell her husband, how do you tell the people who have come to visit the home that have also experienced these events? How do you tell everyone that it's all made up? How do you do that? How do you get somebody to believe it's not true? It's like people say, I believe in God or I don't. How do you get people to believe or not to believe? I guess it's an individual thing. But you have all these shows and stuff, it makes you wonder how much is real, how much is not real. But when she's had experiences with other people in the home, I have to believe something's going on. So I called my oldest brother and I said, hey, I was having a conversation with him. I said, oh, by the way, I think I'm going to list another home. This is kind of what the homeowner has expressed to me about the home, asking me what do I need to disclose in order to list a home for sale. And I said, well, I would think we'd probably have to mention something about maybe there's something going on here, and then the new homeowner can decide if that's something they want to pursue or not. Well, my oldest brother said, oh, I don't believe any of that stuff. Oh, that's all rubbish. I said, well, you never know. You just really don't know. I'm not going to decide either way. I have heard of direct experiences, within my own family. Such as, I called my younger brother after that call, and my younger brother says, yeah, don't you remember our neighbor was shot dead? And don't you remember I experienced this and this? And basically, for example, the person that was killed next door to us, within the next few months, they started having strange occurrences. Such as in their car, the headlights would turn on and off just on their own, there was nobody there. Such as one night they were playing basketball in the yard, through the hoop, the ball disappeared for like a half an hour. They looked everywhere for it. Then it just rolled into view a little while later. Yeah. Once one of my cousins freaked out in our home, and his eyes were all, I saw this, I saw that. So I've heard and seen a lot. I know we can go into a lot more stories about that, but you'd be the judge. I don't know. I just thought I'd bring it up. I think it's kind of interesting because I will have to address it since we are listing the home for sale. That's coming up. And I'll leave you with this on that story. The two adjoining homes are also experiencing the same thing. So it's 3 homes in a cul-de-sac are all experiencing the same thing. All of them. So they think it's an ancient Indian burial ground or something like that. It's out in Moreno Valley, not too far from the base. So I'll leave you with that. Yeah. The other thing I wanted to talk about this evening